If you're just tuning in, this is still now streaming live from the ACNN TV studio. I am your anchor, Somtochukwu Okeizu. And still with me in the studio is Miss Sonia Somuvie. Thank you so much for being part of us. She is the founder of Ecosmart Climate Initiative. And also remember, I told you before we went on the break that we would also be having Mr. Timilehin joining us in the studio. He is here with us presently. Thank you so much, Mr. Timilehin, for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Mr. Timilehin is the project coordinator, Ecosmart Climate Action Initiative. I'm glad to have both of you on the show this morning.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. And we will be discussing the topic waste management as a means of growing Nigerians' economy. Wow, waste as a means of growing Nigeria. All right, I really don't know what they have in store for us, but I'm sure it's really going to be educative. Waste is not simply discarded. It's an untapped resources brimming with potential to derive innovations and growth. Let us reflect. Waste is not merely the end of a circle, but the beginning of new opportunities. In every discarded item lies a hidden potential waiting to be reclaimed. We are imagining waste as a resource. We speak innovation, create jobs, and pave the way for sustainable growth. Embracing effective waste management is not just about cleaning our environment, it is about transforming challenges into opportunities, turning trash into treasure. Wow. And lightening the path towards a greener and more prosperous future. Let this be our call to action as we continue to build a thriving economy from every resources available. Please, viewers, remember to stay engaged by calling in or leaving your comments on any of our social media platforms. Let's keep the conversation going. All right, there's usually a mindset we have when we talk about waste, like waste is waste. But we'll be getting dirty. Okay, dirty. All right, dirty, not dirty. Okay, but getting to imagine how we can use waste to grow our economy. So I just quickly want to ask, what is waste management and how is it practiced in Nigeria? Please, Mr. Timilehin.
All right, waste management is the collection, the disposal, the transportation, and recycling of waste materials to minimize environmental degradation.
Viewers, hope you are with your pen and please jot things down. I'm going to plead with him to go through it one more time for the sake of those of us that we're not together with us. So, Mr. Timilehin, please one more time. Right. What is waste management?
Waste management is the transportation, the collection, and the disposal of waste in order to reduce environmental degradation.
Okay, thank you so much. And how is this practiced in Nigeria?
Oh, as you and I know, driving through the streets of Abuja right now is a nightmare. It's nightmarish. Because Abuja, we used to pride ourselves that Abuja was one of the cleaner cities in West Africa, not just Nigeria, because I've been to practically all the West African countries. And Abuja being the capital of Nigeria and one of the major hubs of Africa, it's an eyesore what we see on the streets every day, every minute. And right now it's getting so worse now that we are beginning to see open defecation all around, which is just terrible. I have a few pictures and videos that I sent to my colleagues, our founder and our volunteers. I was jogging one morning along Gwarinpa Kubwa Express Road towards the National Open University. And the dirt I was seeing that morning was just unpleasant. You know, sometimes people like us who are environmentalists, it makes our hearts to bleed. You know, it's like, what is going on? and you don't really have the power to do much. But that is just the state of things. Let me not overstretch it.
That's really true. But what just comes to my mind, I think in most cases seems to be like the market women that sells by the road and on the streets. Probably they leave such things behind. Although we would be asked.
Yeah, you're so innocent. People are wicked. People move trash from their house. They carry it in their cars. People that have cars.
Throw it on the
They
road.
get close to gutters, open their windows, and dump the black
Oh my
bag
God!
on the gutter.
I've never thought about
We've
this
seen
before.
it.
I have seen those that eat while driving and then just throw on the road.
That's like even the littlest of
You just
the
said that
problem
as
we're talking
habit, but I'm
about.
talking about people who sit down, who
Oh
say,
my
okay, I'm
God.
going on this road, I'm going to pick my trash, go to the kitchen, pick the bag, tie it, carry it, drive all the way down,
and then drop
throw
it.
out.
Oh, interesting.
That's the height of wickedness. in my opinion.
Interesting.
That's why we cap it up.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Okay, Miss Sonia, this question will be coming to you. Does poor waste management affect Nigerians' environment? I'm sure that we all know the
You know
answer.
the rhetorical question. I just sneezed today, uncalled for. It's not the one, not your body reacting because of dust or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yes.
Okay. Economy and public health. If yes, how? How does this affect us? How does this affect our economy? How does this affect our public health?
So let me start with economy.
Okay.
Let's use Lagos for example.
All right.
If you were a foreign investor like KFC, the real KFC, okay, no, let's not do that one. Let's say, what's this guys with the coffee? This popular coffee people abroad.
Nescafe.
No.
Sorry for that.
Anyway, let's say
Okay.
you have an eatery
Yeah.
that is 100%, but low fast food, more
Yeah.
like, right? That is 100%, like in Western world is accepted,
Yeah.
but there are health standards,
Okay.
right, that
Yeah.
you pride yourself in.
Yeah.
Would you want, even if somebody gives you a very good pitch about, there's market in Lagos, every is a movie, it's fast moving state, people eat on the go, would you want to invest knowing fully well that just this one investment or branch will likely deface the glory you've garnered for yourself over the years in the other countries? We are not conscious of our environment. You see people doing bullet sneezing, using their hand to clean wrapper and touching it. So when we say waste, people are looking at the bigger thing.
Okay.
You take sweets, you put the wrap, you don't think about where you want to drop that wrap. How many times do people think about that?
Sure.
So it's investing in businesses that can come.
Yeah.
It's also defacing places that businesses can thrive.
Wow.
So if you are an external investor, you're looking for high-rise places like Abuja, Lagos Island, some part of Port Harcourt, where you can affiliate yourself with as class. But what if you didn't have a very massive budget?
True.
And you should be able to get a standard place in Surulere, but you look everywhere, all nylons are burnt tires.
Yeah.
You understand? So it affects them. But for health, if you do your research, between cancer, between transmittable diseases, why do Lassa fever spread so fast? Poor cleanliness. We're just not conscious of cleanliness is all. Malaria is still a thing that malaria can be prevented half by half without vaccine. But somebody will make stew, the tin tomato cup will be half facing up, holding water for weeks at your backyard. You will sweep, but for some reason you won't pick it. Do you understand? So I feel like we have suffered so much from our habits, health-wise, and even economically, that we don't see it as a problem. But let's say, for example, you know how they used to do in the hostel, they want to do inspection, let's all just clean up for 1 month and see whether anybody will be sick, and see whether General Hospital, their beds will break. Things will be better. So yes, it affects our health and economy directly.
All right. And so while you were speaking, a question just popped into my mind, and I wanted to ask, not trying to be sarcastic, but is there actually a state that is being known as the most dirtiest or most unkept or unclean here in Nigeria? Do we have any? I know the first thing that comes to everybody's mind is it's probably Lagos State.
No,
but
so that's the thing. Lagos in the last 2 years have been. This commissioner is amazing. If I have an award, I'll give to him. He's been going hardcore on waste and cleanliness. I'm from Warri.
Okay.
I dare to say Warri is the dirtiest state I have been to.
Okay.
I've not traveled out 36 states, but so far it gets worse, But then I'm a firm believer that you can't spite your nose to hurt your face.
Yeah.
What does it really take to follow through with? You don't cook, you don't wash your plate. What that does mean? Why don't you just keep it somewhere else? I don't think it's supposed to be very difficult.
Okay, and Mr. Timilehin, apart from health and economy, what other dangers come with poor waste management?
Pollution.
Okay.
Air, water,
Okay.
Land.
and land.
Okay.
Especially land.
And when the land is polluted through burning of indiscriminate disposal of waste,
Yeah.
it affects the soil quality.
Yeah.
Wow.
It affects biodiversity
Okay.
And your food is tasteless and without nutrients or poor nutrients.
or poor nutrients. You understand?
Yeah.
Also tourism.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
Every tourist wants to go to a clean environment.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend your money
Yeah. True.
and go bring back ailments or diseases.
No, but there's a tourist who got a lot of attention because she went to a dirty part of Nigeria. You've not seen the video. Oh, our debt is giving us tourist recognition.
You know, on the downscale now,
Yeah.
but we're looking at the upscale part of it, opportunities,
Yeah.
and we're talking about FDI. We want to generate revenue,
Yeah.
especially dollars coming into the country.
Yeah.
But if the country is not clean, it actually doesn't portray us in good light
Yeah.
for tourists to want to visit.
Why do you have a clean suit on? If appearance doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, you know.
Okay. It's really been an interesting show so far, viewers. Please remember you can engage us by calling in the number displayed on your screen and also reaching us through any of our social media platforms to ask your questions. We would really like you to be a part of the conversation this morning. Okay, I will be asking you, Miss Sonia, how can effective waste management contribute to Nigeria's economic growth?
Okay, so for one, we can take advantage of global laws.
Okay.
There are countries who have banned the production of plastic, for example. And the only plastic that is allowed to come into their countries are recycled ones.
Oh.
Since we
When you're done, I'm going to share. I'm going to share.
All right,
I was almost going to be in prison.
Since we are producing, and we can, there is different level of recycling. Not everything becomes a finished product.
Okay.
Sometimes clean it up, shred it, and send to these countries who who use them
Yeah.
as part of their own CSR to say this is their contribution to pollution.
Yeah.
Right, that's one. Secondly, we were able to generate funding by local production.
Okay.
Like we were talking about earlier, transparency of businesses,
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah.
Let your auditing be. Let the government and the public have access to your auditing.
Yeah.
Pay your tax. Produce here for local content.
Yeah.
Then there is nothing stopping Nigeria. This whole I'm very big on the SDG, but there's nothing stopping Nigeria for being the one country that does something about plastic or waste.
Yeah.
And with the number of people we have, the masses we have in Nigeria, it's going to thrive. It's definitely going to fly. We don't. Okay, for example, if you're in Bande, you know why your light is expensive?
Yeah.
Because you're making light from crude oil.
Oh.
You can make light from waste.
Yeah. Interesting.
When you flush your toilet, where does it go? We can make electricity from that. We can make gas from that.
Okay.
Do you understand? Natural gas and the like. So if we look inward to say, okay, we have been collecting loan. What we want to do now, let's use what we have to get what we want. We have the human resources. We have the manpower. Most of people who can do these things, they don't have the financial bandwidth to have a very massive establishment. And this is where the back of industry or the federal government or the big boys in the National Assembly make laws that favors them or they have access to finance, right? So that these kinds of things we generate. See China, they don't care about their exchange to the dollar. But they produce for personal consumption, local consumption, and their money, they are able to take care of themselves. Their finance, their country's economy stays within them, and is able to benefit other countries. So I feel like this is a very massive untapped industry that we need to look inwards, both as investors, people are looking for interest or passion in the government.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Timilehin, you had something to say.
You see, I was in Nairobi 2021 and went to the mall. So normally, I was surprised that I bought everything nobody was giving me a carried bag or a plastic bag. As a Niger guy, I had one in my pocket. And I was like, okay. I saw a paper bag and it was going for about $3. And I'm thinking, I can save $3. I brought out the nylon or the plastic, you know.
Yeah.
And I noticed that my friends, my Kenyan friends now, they were trying to stay away from me. Then somebody said, I hope the camera hasn't picked you.
Wow.
Like that's a $2,000 fine.
Better pay your $3.
Just in Nairobi, Kenya.
Yeah, just in
Kenya.
Nairobi. Yes, I'm telling you.
You need to go there now. It's
So
clean.
and
No,
you know,
it's
it was like I was taken aback and I was so surprised. Like, what is happening? It was like a normal thing in Nigeria. You go everywhere, they give you plastic bag,
You ask
and
for
the
two,
security they were like,
so that
how
it didn't
did I even bring the plastic into the mall? Like the security didn't check me or something. That should please just ID put it back. I had to fold it back into my pocket and took my goods and bought the $3 back because I wasn't going to part away with $2,000 for a preventable. So that's how far they've gone in minimizing waste, and there's so much advocacy and education even among the citizenry.
All right. Quickly, because of our time, still on you, Mr. Timilehin. How can waste management create new job opportunities and reduce unemployment in Nigeria? If yes, how?
It's possible, yes. Two things: recycling and upcycling.
Okay.
As an NGO, we have gone out, we have trained people on how to upcycle their waste. Like when you take, you can actually get a lot of jewelries from plastic. When you drink your water, the plastic, there are trainings. We have one of us that does that teaches people how to recycle these things and upcycle it. Upcycling is actually making that waste, turning it into something else. Why recycling is like a process of having to break down completely and reuse.
Wow.
So this, in fact, the industry, we've seen people who can use this plastic to make tires, to make furnitures, to make ornaments, decoration, and so many things.
So Nigerian investors don't have confidence in the system, hence they are not investing in it because people need to set up the businesses.
True.
The ideas are there, the outcomes are possible, but people need to set up businesses where they can employ. So for somebody, if you go to the bank with a loan proposal for a recycling company and you're like, we can make this amount, they don't trust what you're saying because they've not seen it happen. You understand? Compared to when you say you're doing oil drilling or you're doing construction.
Just to ask Miss Sonia, what's the Ecosmart climate initiative doing to curb poor waste management?
We're doing a lot, a whole lot. And it's a bit burdensome given that we're just us. We don't have much funding, but we believe so much in advocacy. Like he rightly said just now, a country where people are conscious of plastic, it was easy for everybody to align. But we're looking at the possibility of driving change through suggestive policies to the House of Assembly. It's gotten to that point. I think within our legal rights, we have the capacity to suggest certain things. So, but on a grassroots level, we carry out campaigns. We go do like on Valentine's. We just went to that Durumi because we've heard. In fact, there's this thing where they get sick for a couple of days and die. All of this is still environmental issues, open defecation and stuff. So we were there. We helped them clean up. We extracted nylon, did all the necessary urging and advocacy we needed, but it's a small group part-time, so we want to see how we're dreaming of how we can collaborate with larger bodies, and these bodies don't necessarily have to be only environmental bodies. We have hospitals, we have schools, we have churches, we have mosques. We're open to collaborating with people to spread the word. The idea is the more and the faster we can get across to people, the more influence we can make. However, there's only so much we can do. We can only provide relief. For like NGOs are like band-aids to wood. Policies are the key thing. If the government comes out today to say, if we catch you, you saw what happened in Lagos. We give you 1 year to take off one single-use plastic. They were joking. Now they are paying through their noses, and everybody's arranging themselves. People are beginning to take flask back to buy food. But back in the day, that's how we used to do it until disposable packs came and all your gutters are disposable. People like bottled water bottles. They should be taxed heavily. right? We're doing this with CBN. They should find even if they want to sue, then we have to see their CSR. These are the kinds of information that Ecosmart is willing to expose our leaders to, who are willing to listen, to say, within your right, these countries have, that's what they do in other countries. They have to generate the funding we need to fix this problem that their services and their products are causing.
True.
Well, that's really nice. We have a comment from a viewer. He's saying, on the topic, your project is a great one, but your topic is coming down. Your topic is coming when Wiki is fighting with scavengers, which are these pantakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wiki
It's also see the idea of trash to treasure is the beginning of the pantaka business in Abuja and other parts of the country. Unless the Inspector General of Police will be posting police officers to some major dustbins to make sure it's being regulated. Please lower your mic to avoid President Tinubu putting a heavy tax on ordinary dustbin business.
No, this is brilliant.
This is coming from.
If
Sorry,
the person can still, okay.
Go on.
If the person can still hear, this is a brilliant one.
Yeah.
The truth is Econ that's responsible for that.
Okay.
Growing up on Saturday morning on sanitation day, if an Econ, this environmental health police people, when I was growing up, they used to work together with police and military and NEPA.
Yeah.
If they come on Saturday morning and you're not cleaning the front of your compound, don't worry. NEPA will go up and cut your light. Police will be there standing. If you make any move,
You'll be arrested.
then they will stay there. You will clean your place.
Yeah.
After cleaning, you will go to NEPA office to pay for reconnection.
Interesting. Okay, that comment actually came in.
So this is good.
Yeah.
There needs to be law.
Okay.
There needs to be law that you're doing recycling. Recycling is things that are discarded, not things that they are using taxpayers' money to pay for drainage to avoid the same plastic going inside. You go there and then you see what they do along Idu Road. They unscrew the lights in the afternoon, in the night, in the morning they fall and they pick them off. So we can't be wicked to ourselves. You can't be stealing. In the name, if you're a scavenger, you can't be stealing. But like you said earlier, if we have a proper waste collection system, this is about systems. If we have a proper waste collection system, like in the UK, you want to dispose your mattress, big furniture, you pay different. You pay differently. You have
want to dispose your battery, you pay differently. You want to dispose your tire, you pay differently.
So it's all about laws. Hence, I'm saying we are very open to consulting for free. With any government person who's willing to sponsor the bill for waste management reform. Senator Ned Woko is currently on it, and I am going to pour all my energy into it if needed.
All right, thank you so much because of our time. That comment came in from Mr. Easy from Abuja. Also, we have a comment saying, make person no enter my house, pack my pots and shoes in the name of dirty for treasure. He also went ahead to say there's hunger in the land and people are ready to recycle new items just to feed for the moment. Okay, all right. I don't know who sent that, but that's a comment from me. So because of our time, quickly, Mr. Timilehin, just in 1 minute, what is your last words for our viewers?
Let's make our environment safer rather, for a better life.
Okay.
For you and I.
All right, thank you so much. Miss Sonia, please, your last word in 1 minute for our viewers.
Let's be patriotic, right? Before the government comes around, the one you can do, just between you and your conscience and your God. Do it, dispose properly, reuse. You don't have to throw the bag away. You can take it back to the market. Reuse, upcycle. Instead of throwing your clothes on it, or give to somebody, let somebody else use it. Just extend the lifespan of products by pushing it until it fades off completely.
All right, it's really a great time having you on the show, Mr. Timilehin and Miss Sonia. Thank you so much, and thank you to Ecosmart Climate Initiative for what you do for us. All right, thank you, viewers, for staying tuned and for being a part of this show. As we bring the show to a close, let's remember that every challenge we face holds the potential for transformation. Each idea shared here is a stepping stone towards building a brighter, more sustainable future. May you live inspired, knowing that even the smallest efforts can spark significant change. Until next time, keep your passion alive and your vision clear. Until we meet again, keep the fire of curiosity burning and let your words inspire change. Ladies and gentlemen, I remain Somtochukwu Okeizu. Stay safe.